Okay, welcome back everyone to another battle report. This one's going to be the start of a 4-part campaign. I'll put them all in a playlist. I'm going to try and get them out once a week. So over the next month, they'll all come out and you'll be able to see who the victor over the end of the campaign is. This is a campaign book from 5th edition, I believe, called The Grudge of Drong. Let me just get the book and you'll be able to see. Close all this stuff. Okay, here we got The Grudge of Drong. Look at that artwork. I believe this is 5th edition. I could be wrong. If someone wants to correct me in the comments, that would be appreciated. I do have a bit of a cough at the moment, so I've got a cough sweet in. If I do cough during this, I apologize. I'll try and warn you before I do it, or I'll try and mute it when I'm going through it. But if I miss one, I apologize in advance. Anyway, there's some great artwork in this book. This is proper old school Warhammer, right? All these great artists here, including John Blanche, the famous John Blanche. I'm sure some of these other artists are equally as famous, but I haven't heard of them, unfortunately. I am probably to do a bit more research. 96. I don't know what edition. Like I said, if you know in the comments, let me know. I believe it's 5th edition, but I could be wrong. Anyway, the premise of this campaign is there is a bunch of dwarfs, and they're rebelling against Queen Helga, I think, one of the dwarven queens or something. And they're disgruntled. The first battle anyway. They're disgruntled about their pay or something, some taxes or something in the mine. I'm sure if you search this up online, you'll be able to find the full lore behind it. So the first one we're going to be doing is Battle of the Grudge Pass. Like I said, it's a bunch of miners led by some crazy drunk. They're all crazy drunks, which gives some special rules in the scenario as well. So yeah, anyway, they're heading off to show their displeasure against Queen Helga, I believe, and the Queen calls in for the aid of some of her elven allies to come and set a blockade up. And they get in the way of the dwarfs who are on their march to go and put in the fact that they're unhappy with what's the taxes or something. I can't remember exactly, but it's something like that. Anyway, the elves stop them in their path and they say, "Hey, you dwarfs! If you continue any further past this line that I've drawn in the snow, we will attack you. So this is your last warning." The dwarf being the dwarf. Get out of the way, you stupid pointy-eared, weaklings. Anyway, that's my understanding of it. There's a lot of lore in here about this. So like I said, if you can pause it and read through it. Or you can, if you search it up, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. There's PDFs and images and things online of this. Anyway, the first battle is the Battle of Grudge Pass. And so, like I said, you can pause here and read this if you want. So the elves turn up and say, "Hey, you, no go any further." But it's basically a bunch of miners that are being led by, what was his name? It's like Crud. His name Crud. Crud's Dwarf Rebels. There we are. What a name. We've got a picture of Crud. There he is. Crud Mad Mattock. He's pictured here with a gun. Maybe that's not him. Maybe that's just a Dwarf Thunderer. That's just a Dwarf Thunderer. Ignore me. Anyway, he's got a big mattock, which is, I believe, is a big two-handed like mace. I tried to make him as similar as I could using 5th edition rules. So he's a Thane. And I've given him the Master Rune of Swiftness, as he is described with here, Master Rune of Swiftness. So I'll always strike first and hand-to-hand combat. With the old world rules and old great weapons striking last, we just let him strike first for the purpose of this mission. There's a few things that we had to change and alter a bit, but we just kind of went with it. But I try to make his stat line as close as possible. Ballistic skill doesn't matter. He doesn't have a gun. The weapon skill of a Thane is the same. Strength and toughness is the same. Wounds the same. Initiative, I think a Thane is maybe 3. Might be 4. I can't remember. Same attacks, and Thane's a leadership 9 instead of leadership 10. Anyway, the other thing to take into consideration is this is the only units that I can pick from, because this is a bunch of rebels, right? So they don't have a bunch of war machines. They don't have elite units like hammerers. There's no slayers or anything with them. So this is what I had to build my army from, and it's 1,500 points to start with. So I was able to take a battle center bearer, but with only 50 points of runes in it, I couldn't take anything like the Master Rune of Grungni. So bearing in mind what I actually have models-wise, this was a bit of a struggle, because I only have 1 unit of warriors. I don't have any longbeards. I do have some ironbreakers. I do have some thunderers. And I didn't have any miners. And I actually only had 5 thunderers. So I've printed a bunch more of them for this. That's why they're not going to be painted. For the next one, I'm taking units that I've got painted. So for the next battle report, all my whole army will be painted for that one. Okay. So with this out of the way, the elves also had a similar restrictions on their initial on their unit building. And the elves is much more restrictive, I think. It's just a bunch of core units. 1 unit of Shadow Warriors, some Knights, and some Silver Helms. The idea, I think, was that they sent their quickest units and the units that were already ready to go. So there was no elite units or anything to take with them. Special rules for the scenario, though. All of my dwarves hate elves. Really handy. Obviously, really very good. But also, drunken dwarves. Now, you would think that this would probably be a bad thing, but dwarves love being drunk, from my experience playing this battle report. Playing this battle, sorry. So at the beginning of every turn for the dwarves, you roll a dice, and on a 1, they don't do anything. They just can't do anything. They can still shoot, but they get a -1 to hit. On a 2 to 3, nothing happens, just acts as normal. However, on a 4 to 6, they stumble forward in a drunken stupor, drunken rage, chanting and shouting insults at the elves. They go an inch forward, plus 1 inch for each rank behind them, to a maximum of 3. Amazing. It means my slow dwarfs, the main negative to having dwarfs is negated here. So amazing. One other thing about the battle, there's a couple of other small things. I'll go through quickly before I get into the actual battle report. If you're still here, thanks. I appreciate it. This is a lot of admin to go through, but it's worth it, trust me, because this is going to be a really fun campaign. So if you're still here, then you're one of the true supporters, one of the true fans of Dwarven Battle Reports, I guess. So give me a like and a subscribe and share it with other dwarf enjoyers. Anyway, 12 inches in, I'll show the deployment map in a second. However, we deploy one at a time. The dwarfs always go first, and if I finish deploying and the elves still have units to deploy, when it's my turn to deploy, I get to move a unit 4 inches. Amazing. Okay, where's the battlefield? Here it is. So the sides are, it's basically a valley, and so there's hills on either side to show that you can't go off the sides of this. There's a bunch of rubble, which is difficult terrain. And then there's these they were meant to be mine shafts. So if my dwarf stumbled into them drunkenly, you have to take an initiative test if you went through it. And these are 3 inches by 3 inches apparently. You'll see in the images in a minute that we represented these with some little walls and stuff. If Crud dies, battle's over, dwarfs lose. As they disperse, their leader is been defeated, and the rebels go back to their mines. However, if by the end of turn 5, the dwarfs are still there, there's a chance the dwarfs probably won, because they've got a more elite force. This also has things going into the final battle. So if I win this battle, it means I can take up to 5 war machines in the final battle. If I lose this battle, I can only take 1. So it's huge consequences for each battle. Each one's the same as this. There's huge, like the next one. If I lose, I can't take any runesmiths in the final battle. So they're pretty brutal. Okay, I think that's everything. Let's get into the battle report. Let me just quickly. So here's the battlefield. I'm playing against the wonderful Taj. Great opponents. Wonderful painter. You'll see some close-ups of his elves in a second. Really beautiful. Okay, so like you see, we put the hills down the sides. They're meant to be 12 inches and 12 inches is what we put them. It kind of meant the battlefield was very small because it's meant to be this narrow valley, which we were okay with. You can see here these we put these guys here to represent the mine shafts, open mine shafts. Yeah, so this is my deployment and this is Taj's deployment. So I'll go through the army lists quickly before we get into any more detail here. I think I went through his. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. So he has here. He has a mage. I think he's he's a level 2 on foot with Pure of Heart and Battle Magic. I don't know what Pure of Heart is. I'll find it. Man, I'm so unprepared. Let's find out. All friendlies within the command range can use the leash characteristic. Okay. Any unit that they join automatic passes any panic. Okay. Okay, then he has a squad of 10 archers here, and they are, I think he attached them. I can't remember what the rule's called. Is it, like a detachment? Not attachment, detachment to the spearman units, I believe. So then you've got 20 spearmen with shields, shield wall, full command. You've got 2 units of those. And then he has a unit of 11 silver helms with lancers, barding, full command. And then he has 6 Illyrian reavers with light armor, short bows, full command as well. And then he had his prince, which was in this unit. Now he is the named character for the elves in this scenario, and he is called Fendar. And so he was equipped with the blade of darting steel. So he gave him the blade of leaping gold because it was the most similar to it, which I think just gives him a D3 additional attacks. So that is everything in here. Oh, and then he's got 10 Shadow Warriors as well, with longbows and light armor. But I don't know if we'll see them. We'll see them in the overlap. They're over here. He scouted them. Okay, my army is much simpler. So I created my guy. What the? I forgot. Rug or something. I can't remember his name. Anyway, this guy. He's here, front and center. I had to attach him and the Battle Center Bearer to the miners. It was in the rules for the scenario. So he's got a great weapon, a shield, rune of shielding, rune of passage, and a master rune of swiftness. Then my Battle Center Bearer has Stroller's Rune, which I later changed, and I ended up having some points left over, and I ended up giving them the we're in a battle to give them +1 to combat resolution. And that's all he has. A great weapon, shield bearers. Then I've got 20 dwarf warriors just hanging out here. With drilled, full command, shield, great weapons. 20 thunderers, shield, great weapons. I think I might have taken the great weapons off of them actually, so I could give the rune of battle to the units. And then I've got 15 iron breakers, cinderblast bombs, musician, standard champion, and drilled. And then I've got 30 miners, champion, full command, but then I gave them veterans. And I gave them a steam troll, which doesn't affect their ambushes roll because they have to sit on the board. So their ability to ambush is basically it's gone. But the steam troll's still pretty good in combat because it's +3 strength, I think, with -3 AP or something. Great open. I guess furious charge on it on as well, so +2 strength. Anyway, it's really good. Okay, let's see. So this is just from the other side. See Shadow Warriors over here. So yeah, these are. I had to print these just for this battle, and I'm in the middle of painting a bunch of Thunderers as well. So, but the next one everything's going to be painted. But I mean, I think they look pretty nice when they're all together. Yeah, his Taj is his Surface Spearman and his Living Reavers, really nicely painted. I believe these on his shield are like decals that he's designed himself and then printed out and stuck on. The basing you can see on these on the arches in the back there, it's quite snowy. Okay, so something you'll notice here is that these Thunderers are forward of my deployment zone. The reason for that is I finished deploying before Taj, and so then he had one unit left to deploy, which was Shadow Warriors. And so I moved these, they're 4 inches forward. Dwarfs go first. Oh, this is the spells that the mage had. He had Curse of Arrow Reduction, pretty good. Fireball, also pretty good. Oh, I missed. Okay, so here's my first turn. So, I believe that I rolled the additional move with every unit. So I got to move my warriors, miners. Well, the warriors and the miners, I got to move 4 inches. Maybe I didn't get it on the warriors, but these 2 units and this unit definitely got it. So they moved forward 4 inches, they moved forward 3 inches, and they moved forward the 2 inches. And then I just marched everything forward. I believe these guys shot at the archers and didn't do anything. And then the warriors just marched up. So, Taj's first turn, he just moved his Living Reeves out into the front to try and just defend his lines, I believe, to try and stop me charging into everything that he wanted to. He moved the mage back, and I think he moved everything else back a little bit because he realized how fast it was actually after that first turn. Because that first turn, the miners moved 10 inches forward. So these guys just moved over. Everything kind of just shuffled around, repositioned, moved backwards a little bit. The Shadow Warriors jumped up onto the hill so they could do some shooting. I was in two minds about these guys. I didn't really know what to do with them. I wasn't sure whether I should turn the warriors around and just go after them with the warriors or just ignore them completely. And I decided that I was just going to ignore them. I thought, how much damage are they going to really do with their shooting? I'm just going to... Well, whatever. So these guys had Curse of Arrow Attraction on them this turn, and I lost 3 miners, which isn't too bad. Considering they've only got a 5-up save, because they don't have shields or anything. The toughness 4 really helps against elves. Their strength 3 shooting, so that was okay. Acceptable losses, I think, considering how quickly I was moving forward. You can see I had to move these guys in. I didn't move them straight forward because I didn't want them running over the top of this. Because making initiative checks with dwarves would have been an absolute catastrophe. The mage cast Fireball and didn't do anything. So, my next turn. I got the move forward with the miners, and I declared a charge against the Reavers. So they fled, and they fled back through the Spearmen, with the fallback in good order. Or flee, I can't remember anyway. They fled backwards. And I rolled an 11 on my pursue roll for my miners on the charge roll, and they just shot up the board. Now, this is actually pretty bad for me. Because both these units have shield wall, so they're not going anywhere. They're just going to give ground no matter what happens. Unless I can force them to absolutely to flee properly. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon because they've got leadership 10 from this game. And these guys are now behind us. They're not going anywhere. Disaster. Oh, also my guy, my drug or whatever he's called, has to issue challenges. Issue and accept challenges. So then I just moved everything else up. And I turned the Thunderers around to try and shoot at the Shadow Warriors. I was out of range's turn, so I ended up just moving forward a little bit as well. This is... If I'm not going to win this by enough to make them flee. Because if they follow back in good order, they're just going to give ground. Or they're probably just going to give ground anyway. And then I'm going to get charged in the flank by these guys, and that's going to be horrendous. Because this guy in combat with this guy, it's not going to be good for me. So this was actually... I probably shouldn't have pursued them. I probably should have just tried to redirect the charge and then... I don't know, maybe I should have just not done anything. Maybe I should have just stayed where I was. Hindsighting. So I just moved the Warriors up, moved the Ironbreakers up. They both got the free move again. Yeah, so these guys are just turning around to try and shoot these. They're, like I said, they're out of range's turn, so... Okay. In combat. Exactly what I thought would happen. My Thane killed the champion in this unit, who accepted the challenge in Glorious Combat. And then I think I killed, what's this? 1, 2, 3 here, and then 3 here. And he's killed... How many did I have? 2 in the back there. So he's killed 4. So I win the combat because of my Battle Standard Bearer, my standard Rune of Battle. I've done more. I killed more than him. I think I overkilled a couple in the challenge as well. So I win combat, but they just give ground, and we end up stuck there. So next turn he casts Curse of Arrow Attraction onto my Ironbreakers because he didn't have any of the units I cast it on. And then, like I predicted, I got charged in the flank. These Reavers did rally. You can see some of them have started to turn around. I got charged in the flank, and then the Prince Fell, whatever he's called, challenged my my dwarf. What's he called? Crud. I keep calling him Drog or something. Crud. Crud got challenged by Fendar. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at names, especially these made-up names. Okay, the shooting didn't do anything, I believe. He just moved his archers up to... They marched up to get to here, because he wanted to block me from charging in here with the Ironbreakers, because he was right that if I charged in here with the Ironbreakers, these guys would done for. And so here's the challenge. The elf is going first. He rolled additional 2 attacks, so I think he had ended up with 5 or 6 attacks coming into me. But luckily, my toughness and my Grunral armor and my Root of Shield and my 6 at ward save, I only took 1 wound. Because that would have been the battle there. That would have been over. It would have been done. I didn't do any wounds in return, which was really sad. I think I probably should have done. Because he's got 3 attacks, strength 6. So... But anyway, I managed to survive that, which was really scary. It was super sketchy. I was like, I'm just going to lose the battle here, and then I'm not going to take any war missions later on, which would have been awful. But I didn't. Battle continues. Luckily. And as you can see, he whiffed all of his attacks basically against my dwarves. These guys completely whiffed. I think I got all 3 attacks back at him. I don't think he killed any of the dwarfs with these horses. How many did he kill here? I see. I had 2 down. How many did he kill? 3. Really bad. So then I just laid into him. This thing with the 3 attacks and the 3 attacks from the shield bearers did a lot of work. I think I put 1 or 2 attacks into the. I think these 2 attacks went into the horses. Maybe I killed 1. And then some more attacks into places. And I did about 12 damage. So luckily, I won the combat, even though I've been charging the flank. The horses and the lancers and everything just completely wish. I think he missed like all but 1 attack with the lancers on the charge. Really lucky. So yeah, I won this combat. I just pushed them back, both gave ground. I think these ones fell back and got us. They used their shield wall. So they just gave. And these guys have just been keep passing. So okay, dwarf turn 3, I believe. I got the move with these, and I declared a charge here into these guys. My plan here is I'm just going to charge the flank of these, hold them up, and then just hope that I can somehow survive this. Because these dwarves with the elves are going first every round because I've got great weapons and I'm a dwarf, and I've only got a 5 save. I've got to rely on my toughness 4 to just keep me in that fight, and my 2 characters just trying to kill as many as they can. Oh, I think I missed a picture here. Let's go back and you'll see. So my Ironbreakers did in fact charge these guys, and as you can see in that next picture, I wiped them out and I overran into the mage. This was a bit of bad positioning by my opponent, but he recognized it straight away as soon as I'd charged. And he was like, because he was umming and ahhing whether he should flee but if he flees, then I could redirect over here. So he wasn't. He just took this, so I didn't go into this combat. So anyway, I ended up killing them. I drilled out as I charged in, and then overran into this guy. Some cinematic shots here. Looking to kill that mage. Stinky elf. Anyway, this combat continues. I won again for another round. I killed the other champion. I just pushed them back again. My dwarves did charge in here, and it was just I think he killed 1 or 2 of my dwarves, and I didn't kill any of his guys, but because of the flank and then my ranks and my banner and stuff like that, I won the combat. I think and just they gave ground to the archer, stopped them from going anywhere. So into his turn 3, you can see he brings the living reavers around. Next turn to get a flank charge onto these warriors to try and free up his knights. Because while giving ground is better than falling my good order, because we got the board obviously. This is not ideal because he's only getting like 2 attacks from this guy, who's only got a hand weapon still. So he's not. There's no real aid. I think it's armor being 2. I believe is the special weapon does. Shadow warriors will move up to try and come back into the battle. Yeah, and they didn't manage to do anything. They shot at or maybe they marched to get to here, so they didn't do any shooting. So I believe this is my turn, and the Thunderers have just moved forward to get into range. I ended up killing 2 of the Shadow Warriors this turn from shooting. This combat continues for another round. And I eventually managed to do enough damage that these start actually making it look like I'm going to win this battle. And again, I pushed them back again. This guy, he should have challenged, as he should have done. He didn't kill my guy, but I also didn't do any wounds back to him with my champion. And then he lost combat, and then rolled a double 1. So he just gave ground. So we just stuck there for another round. This unit, who had already used their shield wall, did actually fall back off the table. And these guys just gave ground. Still just holding on. So in Hedge's turn 4, I did kill this the mage finally, and then overran and ended up going off the table with these guys. I move forward. I think this was the round that I maybe killed 2 of them. You can see here that I won this combat and just turned the unit around to try and come over here to support the warriors. But the warriors managed to get it done. They broke the enemy. They fell back in good order. We've lined them up like this for cinematic purposes, just like in the old battle, the old White Dwarfs. And they fell back in good order, and they fell back through the archers and off the table. And that's where my opponent conceded. So, victory in the first of these battles of Grudge Pass to the Dwarfs, which means I can take War Machines in the final battle, which is brilliant. I'm going to take Flame Cannons. 100% take Flame Cannons. So yeah, really good game. It's really nice to see. Let me go back all the way to the beginning. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. This is what Warhammer should look like. Just blocks of units. Facing off against the battlefield. Ready to do combat. Great. Really fun. I'm really looking forward to the next one. The next one is a little bit different. It's pretty scary for the dwarfs. I think this one was kind of set up for to be in the favor of the dwarfs, with the drunken rule and the victory conditions as they were, and the quite harsh restrictions on the elves. But the next one is, I think, in favor of the elves, much more so. I haven't looked at the third one yet, so I'm not sure about that one. Anyway, I will hopefully get the next one of these out next week around the same time. So if you want to come back for that, brilliant. If you can drop a comment down in the comment section what you would have done differently if you were the elves, or no, you can laugh at them if you want. Both are good. And like I said, if you can share it or anything like that, would really help me. I've just passed 400 subscribers, I think. So I'm not growing fast, but I am growing. So that's what's. I'm a grower, not a show. Anyway, it's going okay. Anyway, until next time, see you.